European leaders have wrapped up a two-day summit in Brussels. They've agreed to the next key step in a banking union, as well as left the door open for a deal with Ukraine. But they have floundered on the idea of a more centralized defense structure for the entire bloc. Our Jack Barton has more from Brussels.
It's taken years, lots of compromise and a very long crisis, but finally Europe has the fundamentals of a banking union, though no one is very happy. A single agency with lots of money on hand was supposed to oversee restructuring or winding up troubled banks quickly. Instead, there's a mishmash agreement that will need more than 100 signatures every time action is needed and only about $76 billion at its disposal. It will take a decade to amass that sum, and to put it in perspective, it will still be less money than the British government used bailing out the Royal Bank of Scotland. The agreed framework must still pass through Europe's Parliament.
The proposals by the Council are not very good. They are not really helpful to come quickly to solutions if a bank is in failure or is in a big crisis. We have to discuss European Parliament and amend and improve it.
Then there was defence. Brussels would like more power over the military forces of member states. Britain has already made it clear it will do all it can to ensure that doesn't happen. But everyone agreed that Europe's military is falling behind, and with the USA now accounting for more than 2/3 of NATO spending, there was a call from the organisation's chief for Europe to do more.
European nations need to invest in critical capabilities because during our operations we learned where Europeans need more capacity.
Those were lessons learned in Libya, where some EU nations ran out of bombs and all had to rely on the US for refuelling and drone surveillance of targets. And finally there was Ukraine, with most leaders voicing their disappointment with Kiev while leaving the door open for a partnership agreement.
The offer of political association and closer trade ties is still on the table. We are willing to sign as soon as the country is ready.
It was the final leaders' meeting of the year, but there will still be plenty of work ahead in 2014 when the banking union's strength will be challenged by stress tests on the Eurozone's still feeble finance sector. Jack Barton, CCTV, Brussels.